Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Flippin It with Sam and Saf. If you're watching, you're going to notice we have a very special guest to my right. It is this person that I'm It is my roommate, my teammate, my friend, my sister, a lot of other things, Clara. And now she's going to tell you a little bit about herself, her journey at Nebraska.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clara. Thanks for the introduction, Sam. It was really sweet.
Of course.
I'm
We're back now. Sorry, I was talking my life.
Oh, we're so back.
I'm on the gymnastics team. I'm a fifth year, and I'm originally from Italy.
Where in Italy?
I'm like 40 minutes out of Milan, so like northern
Caravaggio.
Milano.
Milano.
Yeah. I hate how stuff, when it's translated in English, kind of loses a bit of the special, like the magical touch. It's like Milano, and then we just say Milan.
Or like
it's
you
like,
guys say Florence or Naples.
What do you say?
And what is it? Oh, is it
Firenze.
Yeah, Firenze.
Firenze and Napoli.
You know, Clara.
Firenze?
And Rome is Roma.
Roma tomatoes. Clara says I have a really good accent.
Like
From
American?
New Zealand. Oh, we
Or
have a
like
New Zealand viewer.
Okay.
Hello.
Anyways, Clara.
I'm confused.
It's okay. You can share a little bit about kind of your school and gymnastics journey here. What events do you do? What are you studying? What are you planning on doing?
Okay.
How old are you?
No, I won't say my age because I'm really old. But I study biochemistry. I have a minor in chemistry and psychology as well. In gymnastics, I mainly do bars and beam. I stopped tumbling because my back hurts pretty much.
Even though your floor is beautiful, I love your floor.
Oh, thanks. I do miss like dancing and like that's why when I'm done with gymnastics, one thing that I want to do is do like a dance class.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally see myself.
I could definitely see you being a dancer.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So yeah, plans for next year, I guess it's hi mom. Plans for next year when I'm gonna be a retired gymnast is find a dance class, and I'm applying to master programs right now back in Europe.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Have you finished your applications yet?
I finished 3 of them. The other 2 that I'm applying to are due like end of April and end of April and end of May, I believe. Yes.
Okay, got you.
So I have all the materials ready. I just need to submit them. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Nice. That's a big step. And
That's a big
it's
step.
also
Go closer. Yep.
it's
There you
also sad that you're leaving me, but we don't have to really talk about that right now.
No, we
Anyway,
don't.
how is season going for you, Ciao? And how does it feel that like gymnastics, like this is your 5th year? How does it feel that gymnastics is like kind of
almost over.
come to a close? Yeah.
I mean, season is going pretty well. I think this is the best season I've had so far in my 5 years here at Nebraska.
Wow.
So, I'm really, really grateful that I was given the opportunity to take a 5th year because I feel like I had more to
More
give.
in the tank, yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Not just like gymnastics wise, but like as a teammate, I think I grew a lot leadership wise.
Definitely.
So that was really good opportunity for me, but also for the team, I guess, to grow together in that sense.
Yeah.
And it's bittersweet. I think I got to a point that like the last couple of meets, I've been trying to enjoy my gymnastics as much as I can, and it's crazy to see that it actually showed in my gymnastics. Like I've been doing really good. Like my routines are consistently good, and just because I'm focusing on enjoying it as much as I can, and I go to the gym with an attitude that I've never had before. Like I'm going to the gym and I'm excited to do extra routines. Like I'm excited, and if I knew this mindset before, it would have saved a lot of bad days in the gym. But like, I think it's normal that it came out just
and it's
now.
normal to go through all that too. Like,
5th years are all about like, it's so mental, I think, because you've been doing it for so long that it just starts to become all about the mental and just emotional part of things. Yeah. And it's a journey. And I think growing up, I saw a lot of people go through that in like their 5th years or even their senior years. And I didn't really get it, but now I do. Because it's almost like you've been doing something for so long that you almost are forced to look at it from a different perspective and just kind of like find your fire again, find your why, and then come up with a new mindset and appreciate the moments over the end goal. And then you end up doing better because you're just like...
Yeah, because it's not about gymnastics anymore. Like, you know what you have to do. You've been doing that for so long that it becomes more meaningful than that and deeper than that for sure. So
yeah.
I'm so happy for how it's going, honestly. And we have regionals soon, so that's gonna be exciting.
100%. So y'all have regionals next weekend, and we have Big Tens next weekend.
Yes, that's a big.
So it's gonna be we're both gonna be like gone and
Where's
sending
yours?
luck to each other. Illinois.
Okay. And you guys compete Thursday?
Friday is all around in team.
Okay.
And then
that's perfect.
Saturday is event finals.
Okay, that's actually perfect because Friday's our day off. That's we compete Thursday, and then we have a day off, and then on Saturday we make it to the second round. So that'd be perfect.
Awesome.
It is a big week for Nebraska.
Big week for Nebraska.
Oh my gosh.
And speaking of...
Yes, exactly. Philly. Tell us
Philly
about...
is now a Big Ten champion.
Yes. So, and we'll start us off with our what's happening, what's been happening. So this week, it's been a long week. It's been a weird week. We competed on a Tuesday, which we don't. This is my first time competing on a Tuesday ever.
Weird.
And it was our last meet of the regular season. It was a Big Ten dual meet. And we won Big Ten regular season champions, tying with Illinois. So yeah, it was fun. It was really just like, I've never been a part of like a team that's like, besides in club, but like in college, we never won a Big Ten title or NCAA title. So it was like really cool to not just win a meet, but like win a title and like celebrate that.
And the hat and the shirt and the ring to come.
Yeah, so it's like, it was big. And the coaches were like crying and like, it was the first time ever in history, so it was a big moment. And I think it all got us fired up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I like cannot, it's actually kind of like, I've been having to like dial it back, but I can't stop thinking about Big Tens, like next weekend. But I'm like, no, you have like 6 days, like you need to just like, obviously we're like locked in the gym and we're all ready for postseason. Like we celebrated and then literally like when we were in the gym, we were all just like, all right, postseason now. Like we had a day to celebrate and now we're done with it. Like,
that's good.
We're looking at postseason, and
work's not done.
Yeah, it was also weird too because everyone was like, "Were you guys like just sad at night or like sad the next day?" Weirdly, and it was like, "Yeah, it's because you're so high."
Yeah,
and then
the come down.
Yeah, it's the come down, literally. Yeah. And we were all just like, "Yeah," like I was like kind of like sad when I came home, and I was like, "Yeah, like it's just a come down of like you have so much adrenaline, so much like you're happy. Everyone's like, we're all like, yes, we just won this title and like everything, and then it's like, oh."
Well, I feel like it also happened so fast because you guys like left on Monday afternoon.
Competing Tuesday, and came back Tuesday night.
Yes, because we
quick. It was quick, and so
and it was happening all so fast and so.
And it was like we kind of had to turn around. We didn't have like a weekend because if our meet was last weekend, then we would have this whole week and this weekend and then next week. But we have really just a week because we leave next Tuesday or next Wednesday.
Okay.
So.
And did you guys, I'm assuming, knew where you were sitting going into that?
Oh, yeah. So it was definitely like we have to.
I feel like you guys handled that pressure well.
Yeah. And that's a big thing, too, is that like we've had a lot of high pressure meets and high pressure meets away, too. And so we've had great meets away, which is perfect because now going into Big Tens, like we're fully prepared to like, we hit 30 for 30 away at Cal with hard Winter Cup judging. We hit basically 30 for 30 at this meet, but like technically my people routine was like the amount of mistakes that happened, it was like a fall, like score wise.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
can I say something about it actually?
Yeah.
I think you guys fought so much during this meet. Like no one was giving up. At the beginning of the season, maybe like your routine, or I feel like Asher messed up a little bit. Like people would have like just jumped down the event, and we were watching from the gym. There was a lot of grit, a lot of fight, and I could tell it was not just about the routine itself, there was a lot of heart in it.
Yes.
And just like doing it for the team, like doing it for
Funny
each
to
other.
watch.
That was great to
It
watch.
was something bigger.
Yes.
And I think that's great heading into postseason because I've never been a part of a team that we actually like. Of course, you have goals, but this year we're like, we can
see
do it.
Yes.
Like we see it. We're right there.
It's
So it's
like
like
in reach.
now we can fight. You know, and it's amazing. We're going in. I think we're really confident. We just
I
got
was
to do
gonna
our
say,
thing.
so
I hope that
excited.
was like a little bit of a confidence.
100%. Doing that good away, scoring our season high at an away meet with that pressure of needing to nail it, like for the championship.
Like after last year's experience at Ohio State, I remember it was a tough meet for you guys.
Yeah.
So
Or 2 years ago, yeah.
Was it 2 years ago?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
So,
sometimes teams
redemption.
just need like a little
Boost.
something like that to perform with what they're capable of. Because I know like the coaches can be like, you guys can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And sometimes like we know we can do it, but it's like, can we do it? And then once you get a little, I don't know,
Kick,
accolade or
momentum.
just a little
Yeah.
something, like sometimes that's all you need to be like, oh, we really are that
Yeah, it's
good.
like, wait,
Yeah.
okay, let's
Yeah.
kick into gear. Like, we
So,
can
like,
actually
we've seen
do
that
this.
with our team as well.
Oh
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah. We definitely saw it with our team too.
Yeah, I'm seeing, and that's why I was talking to you guys in the training room, right, with like Emma and Martina, and it was like, yeah, like it would be great if we make it, but I was like, you guys can actually like make it. Like you guys
I know.
can be Arkansas. Like you can make it past round one and keep fighting. Like you can be the Cinderella story. There's always that team.
Because like everyone, I mean, like we're not necessarily like the top team that has so much pressure from everyone watching, like expected
Exactly.
to do all these things. Like it's just like we're just gonna get in there and do our thing and maybe
Yeah,
surprise people.
it's like that thing where you just literally do your thing and you're like, turn around and you see like the clusterfuck that happened with someone else, and it's like, oh my gosh, we did it. Oh, like what happened there? Like, oh, I guess we're moving on. You know, like that scene in Dark Knight where the guy's running and Bane blows up the football field, and he like scores a touchdown. And he looks around and it's like everything behind him is just like, you know, exploded. But I don't know. It's like when the best stories come, but.
It would be actually really cool.
It will, and I feel like everyone's hurt in it too right now.
Yeah, I think especially like we grew a lot in confidence from last year regionals for sure, but also like throughout the season. So I'm excited to kind of just go out there and put like, how do you say?
Blinders.
Tunnel vision.
Yes, just blinders and just do our own thing, focus on our team and
have fun.
and
We
have
talk about
fun.
that so much because when we do that, we do our best, and also like this, we don't know what's gonna happen.
No,
It's,
exactly.
Like,
And
we got seniors, we've got people who, I don't know, just need to enjoy the moment. It's their first time going to regionals, their second time, last time, whatever. And so I think we just need to go into it with just a ton of love and just like. Just do it. Just try our best.
Ask your heart. And you'll have your whole team there?
Mm-hmm. Yes. That will be huge.
I'm so excited.
That will be huge.
Yeah.
So send us luck, viewers, whoever this camera is.
Be watching. We're your Huskers here this next weekend. We're your Huskers here. And, be rooting for your Huskers.
Yeah.
I believe they'll be on ESPN.
Jesus is going to rise tomorrow to watch us.
Dear Lord, the battle we go through life.
Yeah. We ask for chance to spare. Oh my gosh, I sung the
fight song.
Yeah, the fight song. I love it. For Nebraska and the
No,
Scarlet.
that's not the fight song.
For Nebraska.
That's the Scarlet
that is
Cream,
for
but
sure
I wish,
not the
I
fight
wish
song.
that was a fight song. Do you know that we have to sing it at the Big Ten banquet? So we have a Big Ten banquet every year with all the Big Ten teams, right? And we do like awards and like Big Ten, I don't know, freshman, gymnast of the year, coach of the year, stuff like that.
And then each team.
Each team gets up, gets in a circle, and starts singing a fight song.
There is no place like
It goes like this, and
Nebraska.
1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
There is no place like Nebraska. Dear old Nebraska, you. Where the girls are the fairest, the boys are the squarest, and any old place I knew. There is no place like Nebraska, where we're all true blue. We all stick together in all kinds of weather for dear old Nebraska blue. Oh.
See, I like this one.
Go Fever!
For Nebraska and the Scarlet.
Oh, yeah, that's just
for Nebraska and the cream. There we go through many battles. Our colors still are seen, and so in contest and in victory, we will wave them for the team. And we'll always stir a corn husker, the scarlet and the cream.
That one is a good one.
I think there's there was others here.
Okay, we're done.
But there's others here. Nebraska.
That's the same one.
So with all of them, we are bound to win. And we're gonna win today. Yeah, so there's like two verses I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
But I love that song. I love that song.
I wish that was our fight song because I would much rather sing that one.
It's new, apparently.
It is.
Yes, and
I don't know where it came from.
And it
customized.
changes
Yes, depending on
on
the
what venue it plays in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they reference John Cook into venue
Yes.
and volleyball
Yes.
plays.
Yes.
That's cool. It's like
That's
when,
John Cook.
it's like John Cook comes riding on the horse or something like that. I'm like, John who?
All Americans everywhere.
Yeah, is it Lexi in it or something like that?
I don't know.
I actually have no idea.
It's yeah, but I love the Scarlet and the Cream. Honestly, if I could sing that one in front of all the Big Ten teams, that would be much better.
Yeah.
But
Nebraska
and the Scarlet,
we'd be like full on singing.
and the Cream.
Anyway,
moving on.
moving on.
So what's new in life, y'all?
What's new in life? I got my hair braided.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, looks good.
Thank you. Shout
I'm gonna
out.
get my hair braided this week.
Shout out.
How many
Andrews on softball?
So 6.
6.
And I'm doing
And they definitely mean something.
this, yeah, and then I'm doing like in the front of my head, it's gonna be like, imagine you're looking at me right now. So it's gonna be like, around the head,
Yes.
sides, and then it's gonna be doom, goom, like a diamond cross, and then like 2 lines going in. So it's a diamond like ring, because the Big Tens, you can win a diamond like a ring. Yeah.
I find it, yes, like it's crazy how much thought process you put behind
Your
it.
brain, there's so much in there.
Sometimes,
there is so much in
you know what? I feel like it would be so cool sometimes. I feel like people think in such unique ways sometimes that we don't realize. I think I noticed it with you because because I'm just saying like you're one of a kind, and
We were just talking about this.
this.
We were like, who is there only one of? Like
I'm never gonna met anyone.
There is no
that
one like
even
you.
reminds me
Nope.
of you because you're so unique.
Nope. There's literally
I'm
Guys,
telling you.
stop it.
no one said it was a good. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
No, thank you.
But I wish I could get into your head and know your thought
I
process.
know.
It's a busy world in there. You'd be scared. I was talking about it with Tay.
Like fires and like.
Yeah, I was talking
like,
about it with Tay one day, and he was like, I was joking that like, if we were just like switch minds for a day, and I was like, Tay, it would be so easy to switch my mind with you. It would just be like dairy store, just vanilla ice cream in there. I was like, I don't think you could survive in my mind. He's like, honestly, Phil, I don't think I could either. He's like, I don't know what goes on in there. And I was like,
Have you guys ever seen that TV show? I think it's called Lock and Key. It's a
yeah.
okay.
I haven't watched it though, but I've heard it's on Netflix.
There's like this concept. There's like a bunch of different keys that have different magical powers, whatever. And there's one that opens your head, like your mind. So like you open it and then you divide. Like there's a part like you get out of your body basically, and you can enter your mind. And I think it was really cool how they made like each and different mind for each and different character, like different. Like for example, one was like just a huge library with all the memories. Like, what would your mind look like?
It would look like,
or like it could be like a mall.
You know, Tate McRae's album cover of, I think it's called
the world.
It's called I Used to Think I Could Fly.
It's like a doll world or something like
and
that.
it's like her, and then there's like buildings on like fire and stuff behind her. But like also a whole city and stuff. Like that's not like a diss. That's just like I feel like there's just so much everywhere.
Oh, mine. I thought they were saying yours.
Yours.
Oh no, mine.
No,
mine is space with stars and just a bunch of different like almost like a rainbow road going through it.
Yeah.
And you can stop at different like worlds.
Okay, I can see that actually.
I can see that.
Or but also they're
But the road is like an aura. It's like space. It's like a you look at a galaxy and it just looks like
you always talk about?
Yes.
It's like an
but
aura.
I think
the
background space it wouldn't be like
I
dark
see
blue.
Game of Thrones like.
See, that's like a planet, a cosmos. Yes.
A big
Someone
planet.
said it. It's a cosmos. My mind is like a cosmos.
And there's definitely planets that are like way bigger than other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Sometimes, here's what I do. Oh, well, Clara, what's yours?
Mine.
I feel like yours is
It's
like
like a forest.
I was about to say yours is like a lake, but like an open lake that like bleeds into the ocean, but it's like the water's shimmering and there's flamingos and then there's trees and you can look and you can go into the forest, but it's like this like lake / forest.
I would like mountains on the back too.
Mm-hmm.
With fairies.
Yes.
Lots of flowers, lots of fireflies.
Also a little cabin with grandma.
Lots of trees. Yes, a cabin.
And when we're like, is Clara listening? We're like, Clara, and it's like you're like sitting on like this grassy hill, almost like anime-esque.
I don't walk. I float.
Yeah, then you turn around. And then you turn around and you're in. And you're there.
I float.
Yes, I'm floating in my mind.
Do you know what I do sometimes?
What?
So I love to play mind games with myself. I love to like study and go into my mind. So I'm like a vivid sleeper. I've lucid dreamed. I get sleep paralysis. Like I play with my mind a lot. I have very vivid imagination. Sometimes I literally like I can feel, smell, hear, like very vivid in my mind.
Do you have like synesthesia? What it's called?
Yeah, I think I do. It's when you
go ahead.
associate different things to like different senses.
Senses, yes.
So like when I listen to a song, I can't help but like when I listen to a song, it's images. It's like a music video in my mind because I just can't help it.
I'm the same way.
When I like different words or different colors or foods or like a flavor, like there's a sea flavor in my mind. Chocolate, Coke, caramel, cacao, they all go together.
Yeah. Or like for example,
they're like brown and they're sea and they have this like nutty, sweet umami. And I call it like the sea flavor. Think about it though; it kind of makes sense.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think I have my own things like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I think that's interesting. But anyway, so I'll do this thing where I'll close my eyes, and I'll look for space in my eyes, and it'll get dark and it won't get red. You know, there's red and different colors because of light. I'll like look into my mind, and then stars will come, and it's like I'm in space. And I think that's so cool because have you heard the theory that like when people like try to like astral project, they look outwards too much, but it's actually like inside of you and like space is inside of you. Mm-hmm. And so you have to like look within yourself, and that is like looking within yourself is looking outwards. So I'll like focus on my mind and like the darkness in it, and I'll almost like it's like this. I'll go like this, and then like space will open up and I'll see stars, and I swear to God I'm in space, and it's really cool.
What?
Yeah.
So you know what you should do?
This isn't real.
Like on a side, like you do your thing.
I want your brain studied in a lab.
You should have your own yoga class, but it's like a sort of like meta experience.
Like with
yes.
the
So like you do like yoga, whatever, but then like when you do
It's like mentality.
yes, like you make everybody like lay down, and then you go through this thought process that you just told us. To do it. And like you can call the class like explore your inner space or something like that.
Guided yoga. That's like just very.
Because I think it's so cool, and I love it, and like literally, I love exploring my mind. And even when I'll try to like go to bed, and like I'll just try to make my thoughts as real as possible, and I can feel and smell and experience, and it's like it's a part of your brain. I don't know. It just feels like a superpower. And that's why I love lucid dreaming. And I tell people it's actually like, it's so hard to lucid dream because you're in a dream and you have to have mental strength to hold it together. It's almost like you're holding your dream together, but you can't use too much force or too much energy or else you're awake in your consciousness and then you'll wake up.
I feel like our minds like are really alike in how they work now that you're
And I think it's
this.
because it's like a creative thing.
Yes, I think it's because you are explaining stuff to me that I do. Like I do have
Really?
lucid dreams. Yes. I control my dreams. I can go back and make things happen differently.
Really?
Yes.
That's so cool. How often does it happen?
It goes like, so for example, I would start like dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I dream like pretty often, regularly, that's when I can start doing it. Like it's almost like I'm practicing it. But then I go through like times that I don't really dream. I would say like at least once a month there is like a week where I dream a lot and I have this kind of lucid dreams.
And do you ever dream where it's like, it's not a lucid dream, You know, sometimes in dreams, it just pushes you and you just go along this
Yeah.
roller coaster and you just are doing things and going without.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have dreams where I will be conscious within them. Like I can make my own decisions.
Yes.
And it's like almost like I halfway recognize that I'm in a dream, but it's not like I can't control my area, but I can control what I do in the dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's almost like you're working in tandem with your mind, but you're not totally taking over your mind.
Yeah, I know. What you
I
mean.
think dreams are so interesting. I need to learn more about it. I love
Yes.
dreaming, but I always remember when I was little.
You would have nightmares. I had nightmares.
Well, yes, that too. I still do. But
Do you ever like recurring dreams?
yes, there's like probably like 3 dreams I think I've had since I was like 10.
Really?
Isn't
are
That
they? Do you
happen
wanna
every
share?
once in a while.
Like one of them?
Yeah, one of them is where I'm like running and I can picture it in my head exactly from my school that I went to elementary school at through this like apartment, like through the streets that run through an apartment complex that's like really close to my house, like in front of my neighborhood. And I like, this is like a very like, what's the word? This is a little intense, but I like get shot in the hip, and specifically my right hip, and I can feel it. I swear I can feel it physically when I'm sleeping. And you know when you're like clenching a muscle or something, maybe that's why I'm like squeezing my right cheek or something.
No, but it's
But it has happened. Like that dream has like stuck with me forever, and it happens every once in a while. It's weird, but yeah, I remember when I was younger, like I would have really good dreams. Specifically, I was obsessed with Nick Jonas, and I had really good dreams where he was
really
like.
good dreams.
Where like we would like hang out and like I don't know, like you know when you had like a celebrity crush and you're little, whatever. I had a dream that I got to go on Camp Rock with him and we were like friends and I was just like really excited about it. But that's when I had a few times and every time I woke up from that one, like I was actually sad that it wasn't real.
Yeah, it's like a heartbreak.
It is.
Do you ever have a dream and there's like a universe and history exists within that dream?
Say that again.
One more
You have a dream,
uh-huh.
and it's not just you're dreaming and like a world appears and you're in a random day. It's like there is history and a world behind that dream. Like you're in a different reality. There is history within that dream. So one time I had a dream that I was on Top Chef All Stars, Junior All Stars, and in that reality, I had won Top Chef Juniors like 2 years before that, and I had a memory. In that dream, I had a memory of winning Top Chef Juniors within that world.
That's insane.
And it was like history and everyone knew it. So there was like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm here competing, blah, blah. I was like, no, there was history in that dream. There was a record, like there were days before that. And I had memories of what happened before that in that dream. And in that world, I had like almost lived this life.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is why...
Dreams are so crazy.
I
They need to be studied more. I'm sure.
This is why I'm getting into neuroscience, guys. My goal, I don't know if this is ever going to be possible, but if I can create like video recorder for dreams.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That
Like,
would be dope.
I might watch it back.
Please. Please.
Wait, yeah, he would make like billions off his dreams.
like I want to
Craziest
study
movies ever.
neuroscience because I think it's really interesting and it fascinates me like a lot. But if I could ever make something like that, I would make it first
You'd
of
be
all.
so rich.
You would. Clara, you'd be legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary. Well,
There'd be no one like you.
that.
Well, there's already
There-
none.
yeah.
We're all unique.
But I will pick Philly as the first person to try it on.
Study me, please. And I think that's why I love like mind-bending
Get
thrillers. I love mind-bending thrillers because I just love the mind so much. There'll be times where I'll literally be like walking and I'll be thinking about a memory or like I'll be thinking about something that I want to happen. And I literally, my eyes will go inside my head and I'll just be looking. It's like a double wall. This is like what my eyes are seeing in real life. And then this is like what I'm seeing.
He has like a that's
In
so
my
Raven
mind.
moment where he just has like a.
And then I'll snap back in it. And I would have realized I was looking like in my mind at what I was thinking about, like what I wanted to happen, whatever, or like date, like, you know, if I had a crush, I'm just thinking about like my crush or something. And then I'll like snap into it and I'll realize that I like all my senses were inside my mind. And then it'll come and I'll be like looking actually in real life.
Oh.
And it's like and I train it because I
a lot
like
of
focus
things
on what I'm
study.
thinking of. I'm focusing on like looking at it and all the details and stuff, and then I'll like snap in and realize I like, okay, I'm actually looking at real life.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
So please study my brain.
Yeah,
I wanna,
I was just saying there you got a lot to look at.
Yeah.
I would get, and what's interesting is I was actually talking about to my sports psych, and I do have vivid dreams, and they're not all bad, but I was telling her, I was like, I'm a very deep sleeper, but I have such hard times going to bed. And I was like, I could be so tired. The minute I shut off my light, I'm all of a sudden like, I can't fall asleep. Wide awake.
I think it's because your mind works so much.
So
yes.
Almost noise.
And
like,
she was like, are you a vivid dreamer? I was like, yeah, I dream a lot. I'm a vivid dreamer. She's like, okay, so your brain is really active. And she's like, do you have a lot of nightmares? And I was like, yes. And she was like, did you have a lot of nightmares when you were a kid? I thought about it, and actually a lot of the memories, some of my first memories that I ever recorded and like stuck with me when I was a kid were nightmares. And I remember like being afraid to go to sleep because like my dreams were so vivid that my nightmares would be that much worse.
And they felt so real.
Yeah. Yes. And so I remember like each night my mom had to tell me to just think of like rainbows and unicorns because I was so that much afraid to go to bed. And my therapist was like, okay, you probably just have a little bit of sleep anxiety. And your brain, you're literally doing a defense mechanism to not go to bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck. Because I was like, and I get sleep paralysis too and all that. So she's like, you just need to practice like mindfulness and some like de-stress. And like, it was like bodily, it's like the stuff where you like tense up like your fingers and then relax. Tense up like each and every, so while your whole body's relaxed and then you like relax your whole body. I forget what it's called, but there's like practices online that you can do.
Yeah. Use the Calm app.
Yes, use the Calm app. But but that's just like this semester I've been working a lot of mindfulness because my mind can be racist and I can have like intrusive thoughts and stuff. So just like controlling over your, not controlling, but like we talked about this in our other podcast, but like mindfulness and realizing that like thoughts are just thoughts, not letting my brain run the show. But I thought it was very interesting because I was like, holy crap, you're right. Like, it is kind of a defense mechanism. Because the whole thing that made me discuss it was that, like, one night I took melatonin and I was so relaxed. I took such a nice shower. I took out my braid, shampoo, full, like, body care, cleaned my room, and I was so ready to go to bed. And then it was like, I physically felt, that was the first time that I could pinpoint it. I was like, that's what's been happening. I felt my brain literally fighting my body. It was like fighting it to not go to bed.
That makes sense.
And I was like, what are you doing, bruh? Like, we're at
when you know
peace.
you're like tired.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, you've been fighting me this whole time.
That's hard.
And I'm 22 years old and I'm just now realizing it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things that you come to realize when you're older, like looking back,
so many
patterns
things.
that, like, you just need a little perspective sometimes. But yeah,
Facts.
But isn't that crazy? Like, I never even thought about that, but your like develop a defense mechanism when you go to bed and it kicks in. It's like, what the heck?
Well, if you think about it, your brain, the way your brain develops when you're a kid, it's way more active, way more prone to changes, where like comparing to like now, for example.
Impressionable, yeah.
Yes. So like, so many, you have no idea how like things that happen in your life can have such an impact.
Such an impact.
Yes,
and
like you
reappear and you're like, oh.
And like looking back, you're like, why do I do this? Like, why?
There's so many reasons.
I have this thought process, or like triggers, for example. Triggers are a lot of things. Like, you will never know, but maybe it was like that one time back in elementary school that something happened and it literally not scarred you, but like impacted you in a way that you will never realize. And it's crazy to think about how malleable, do you use that word?
Yeah.
Your brains are, especially when you're younger. And go ahead.
It sucks because then you grow up and then those triggers happen out of nowhere, or you start to develop these, patterns of acting and you're like, why that, like, where did this come from? Why is it happening now? But it's because like, I feel like we're like being just pushed out into the world and experiencing so much. So we're constantly like, not those defense mechanisms, but like, we're constantly like, fight or flight. Like, we're going, like, our minds are moving and we're like shaking and then you discover like the defense mechanisms or the triggers or like your toxic traits or something.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like everybody should go to therapy, like
was about to say
besides
that.
the point, because like it's hard to kind of connect those points. Like it's hard to be like, oh, I act this way because of this.
Yeah.
And when you understand that, you appreciate your acting way more. Like you'd be like, okay, sometimes I come off as mean, but for me it's just a defense mechanism because I don't know, I had a bullying experience when I was a kid, like that. And if you know that, you start acting way more awareness.
Yeah,
And
you're
be
way
like,
more
okay,
in tune with yourself.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And you
be
give
like-
yourself grace. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and be like, okay,
and others can give you grace, and you can
Mhm.
then
Yeah,
have perspective on
exactly.
other people's
Yes.
perceptions.
Before-
That's
and-
one thing that I feel like is
Yeah.
huge. Like when I know stuff with myself, like I don't know, for example, today we were at Target and we were leaving, and like we gave a compliment to somebody on the way in, and her reaction was like kind of off, and I just was like, before I feel like the first response people might give was like, oh, she's rude, but I was like, maybe she's having a bad day,
Yeah.
and like we just drove away. Like I don't know, it just gives you
Definitely a better
perspective on,
outlook.
like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a better outlook on like a lot of things, not just your own
It's
bubble.
and it helps you like also manage your emotion.
yes,
Like-
100%.
Oh my god, like if you understand that something triggers you, you know what to do to take care of that trigger,
Mm-hmm.
or like avoid it if you don't want to deal with it. Like
Yeah.
there's so many things. That's why, yeah,
Or know why the trigger comes, so then instead of acting out of like anger, you're like
understand it.
you understand it,
Accept it.
and yeah,
yeah,
I think that's something.
you can explain yourself better too.
Yes, I think, and I've been doing a lot of that, and I think sometimes I'm like quick to just like heat up and be like cutting, but I've been trying to be like chill, yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't know, it's tough, but it's also like some people don't even know why they're acting. You gotta like realize that. It's like I'm about to get mad at someone who literally you could tell doesn't even know why they're acting like that.
Yeah.
Or so lost in their own brain
yeah,
that they're just putting up so many defenses, and you getting mad at them is not gonna make anything better. So it's like, why should I even bother? Raise my anxiety, raise my stress. So I'll be calm about it. I'll say my piece, but I won't get like mad, and then I'll move on. And hopefully they will fix their shit.
Yeah.
But like, and I think the mind is such a powerful thing. And I think that's why therapy is so
It's so important.
good and so important. In moderation too, because I don't think some people take therapy and it's like, I was talking about this with my therapist too. Because my therapist will be like, she's like, no, 100%. I think some people can like just listen to what they want to hear in their therapy.
yeah.
So I was talking about my dad, and he has a therapist, and he'll come saying shit to like my family, and it's like, dude, what? How do you even think that that's like?
They interpreted that wrong.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I was like, and I was telling my therapist, I was like, it's like a joke that like, who the hell is giving you this advice? Because apparently you're seeing someone, but that's not like a good person. And she's like, well, sometimes people, especially if they are so defensive, and they are so hurt and so emotional, and they have these knee-jerk reactions, they'll just hear what they want to hear, and they'll take it. And she's like, even I've had clients, well, they'll come back to me after like a situation, and I tell them to do something or like maybe handle it this way. They'll be telling me how they handle it, and they'll be like, yeah, because I told them that my therapist told me to say this, and it's like, and she's like, pause, I never told you to say that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where you got that from, you know? So I think it's like, you need to take it with a grain of salt, and you also need to do growth to realize like what they're saying, how you interpret it, and like try to not be biased towards yourself. Like, you need to be raw. You need to be able to admit your faults, be vulnerable, and be reflective with your therapist. And then
definitely.
it'll work.
For sure. Yeah. I think this is a great time to jump into some lighthearted questions to
Yeah.
wrap up this episode. So we usually
great
do,
talk on the mind, though.
Yeah, great talk. The mind is so interesting. So you can just ask like any this or that questions or
Okay, I have a great one.
Or-
Speaking of this or that.
okay. Okay. I'll start and then
Okay.
you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't this or that, but your favorite sport to watch outside of your own. Mine's hockey. Yours.
Mine's become soccer now.
Soccer.
Having friends in soccer and stuff and watching the World
Well,
Cup.
I've never watched soccer, and like Italy is really big in soccer. But until I came here, I love soccer. I like volleyball too. But
Volleyball's fun.
but again, if you know the people, it just makes it more fun. That's
100%.
one thing that I I've noticed, but I love ice skating too.
I think that's fun to
Okay.
watch.
To watch.
I could see you being a figure skater, actually.
I could see that.
You're flexible enough for it.
Actually, maybe.
That's like your floor routine. Your floor routine's like your figure skating.
Yeah. We want to know something funny. I think I'm not a great skater. Not at all.
Okay.
I hurt
Okay.
myself multiple times before ice skating.
Anyways.
Moving
All right,
on.
Philly, your question.
Okay, so speaking on the
Quick,
mind,
this or that.
telekinesis or telepathy powers. So being able to like read, and even though it usually comes together in superheroes, but would you rather be able to like read into people's minds, contact with them telepathically, and you have other powers like psychically, you know, you could shut them down, whatever, make them see things, you know, all that jazz, whatever, however you're creative, your powers go as far as how you're creative. Anyways, or telekinesis, which you can like control stuff. Which also goes further because then you can control like magnetic fields or control energy or control.
I would say the one where you can connect with people telepathically.
Gotcha.
Same, but if teleportation, is that what it's called? Teleportation would be my top choice, though. And
Oh,
you
really?
did include it. Yes, if I could be anywhere in the moment right now. Maybe.
Yeah, mine would be telekinesis because I just would love to like
A airbender.
bend stuff, and
Yes.
move stuff.
All right. One more this or that.
Wrap it all up. One more this or that.
If you could meet a celebrity right now and have tea with them, which one would it be?
Ooh.
Kim Kardashian. Easy.
Leo Woodall.
Oh, stunning, isn't it? And Negroni, Spagliato,
What about you?
with prosecco in it. Ooh, stunning.
Mine would be.
Or Billie Eilish.
I don't know. I thought of the question, but not for the answer.
That's okay.
Probably someone from the past,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like Einstein or something like that.
Interesting.
I don't know, someone extremely smart,
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
crazy smart.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool to talk with
Or
them,
like
a
Freud.
crazy smart person. Freud?
Freud, I would.
That's the philosopher that you chose? I guess that makes sense. He has a lot of theories.
He's the father of like modern psychology.
Oh, really? He's the father. Oh,
He's the father.
I mean, I
He's
knew
the
he was like
father.
very influential,
He
but
wrote the theory of dreams. It's like a
oh shit.
yes about dreams.
Okay, send me that.
Beep. That's when we do a cussing button.
Yeah.
We
Oh, I
have this
see
idea
shit,
of having
yeah.
a button panel.
Sugar honey iced tea. Well, I have panel right here.
Basically. Anyways.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for coming on, Clara.
Thank you guys. It was a wonderful time.
It was
We
fun.
hope you have a great Easter weekend with your friends or family or whatever you might be doing to celebrate. And we hope you have a great week after that. And we will
Yes.
catch you next week on Flippin' It
Thanks for flipping it with Sam and Sav and Clara.
and Clara.